Good evening, everyone. It's great to see you. I am Jamie Christensen. I am part of Colaberry's marketing team. I'm a marketing agency, and we've worked with Colaberry for over 4 years now, helping all of you to find Colaberry and then also to help you get jobs and keep moving your careers forward. So tonight we are focused on LinkedIn. This is the ins and outs of LinkedIn. I hope you're all in the right place. Again, thank you for spending your Wednesday night with us. This is a subject that I talk a lot on, and I feel it's really important. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned career person, LinkedIn is huge, and I'm going to tell you some stats on why as we go through this. To start off with, turn your cameras on if you haven't already. Make sure you're somewhat model ready. Love to see these smiling faces. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to start with 5 questions. Why are you here tonight? Can some people throw out your answers?
Because I'm trying to put myself on the market. So just to learn really better techniques of going about doing that and to get calls from recruiters, essentially.
Okay. Great. Mm-hmm. You're in the right place.
So my point is, I already did my LinkedIn profile, but I want to know pros and cons I have in my LinkedIn.
Okay, great.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing. Just get some pros and cons on mine. I need to update some things and refresh it.
I have like same kind of question, the thing, but I want to ask one more that's related to like my previous educational qualifications or whatever I have. Do I need to keep them still, or if I get any questions, like I'm just wondering how to include that in my interviews or LinkedIn profile.
Okay. Some of the things that I wrote down, which would mean you're in the right place, like Elmo is, you're here to land a job. You're here to find your dream job. Anyone here to learn how to network more? Networking, awesome. Who here has a brand? Who wants to tell me what a brand is?
I can say we all have a brand. I'm a brand myself because I try to brand myself and sell myself to get a job. So I'm a brand.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Bryce. Everyone here has a brand, and you are all unique. You all do things in your own special way. You bring your own expertise and experiences. And that's what we want to have come across on LinkedIn. You don't want to just be another data analyst. There's a lot of data analysts out there. There's a lot of data scientists. You've all got specific things that make you the person that someone wants to hire. So our goals for tonight is learning why you should care about LinkedIn, how to make your profile better so that when employers are looking at you or you're networking, people really, you stand out from the crowd. That's what we're trying to achieve here. And again, the same thing, how to create the right message and differentiate yourself. The purpose of LinkedIn, I'm not going to read all the words on the page, but there's, 7 types of LinkedIn requests. I noticed we have blue shirts in common. Do you have 15 minutes to talk with a total stranger? This one gets to all you techies there. Interested in #agile, digital, disruptive, blockchain. You've got the sneak attack salespeople. Then you've got someone you actually know. So meant to be funny, but there's a lot of stuff out on LinkedIn, especially in messaging. And so, I put this up tongue in cheek to be funny, but at the same time, again, it's all about differentiating and getting through the noise, especially when you're looking to find a job and trying to get to hiring managers or to recruiters. So I said I'd tell you a little bit about why you should use LinkedIn. So job searches, number one thing that I heard tonight, 49 million people use LinkedIn to search every week for jobs. And this information is probably about a year old. So it's probably higher than that now with the economy and some of the openings we've seen in the job market. And 6 people are hired through LinkedIn every minute. Okay, So are we done? Does that tell you what you need to know? This is the place to be to get through. And I know you hear this at Colaberry. I know Mika, everybody's preaching this, because it's true. 16% of LinkedIn users log in every day. So this is why you need to do it every day, because not many people do. So especially as you're out there again, searching, trying to make connections, trying to get through to the right companies, targeting specific companies or jobs you're after, you're going to stand out if people see you out there and you've developed a brand like Bryce has. Almost half of users use LinkedIn at least once a month. In our survey, it was, I think it was about 23%, 25% use LinkedIn 1 to 3 times a month. So again, we want to see all of you, because Colaberry people are the bomb. I'm laughing because I was trying to think how can I best describe Colaberry people? I mean, you guys have grit. You guys work really, really hard, and we want to see you stand out on LinkedIn just like you do in your career opportunities. I'm going to dig a little deeper for a minute, because it's not all about just your profile. That's what I'm going to focus a lot on tonight. But it's also about, what are you posting? Do people see you being active on LinkedIn? So just like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of those, it's, if people are seeing you active and you're posting stuff that is genuine and interesting to the people you're trying to reach, that's going to be a big help for you. And here it says, I mean, LinkedIn posts with images get a lot more attention than those that don't have images. Here, 4 out of 5 people on LinkedIn drive business decisions. That means they're hiring managers or above. So those are just a few things that if you weren't convinced coming into this that you need to be more active in LinkedIn, that hopefully will push you over into the majority that we had that was saying that they're, or not the majority, but of those that are on every day. Okay, I'm going to pause there for a minute. Any questions on that?
So we have to actively post then?
Yes. I bet you want to know what to post.
Yeah. It's not like a Facebook or
It is not like a Facebook. Yeah. No, these are, I mean, some of the people in your network are definitely your friends, but this is a business environment. So, right. Things that, and it's not all about posting, it can also be about commenting. So if if you're out for a job or you're looking for a job and maybe you've had a first interview, and the interviewer, you now know their name, or however you get to the interviewer's name, you can comment on things that they're doing. You can share, but commenting is what gets people's attention. I'm sure some of you have heard about how social media works, and you get a jolt of endorphins every time somebody, comments or likes something you've posted, because, humans, it's all about me. So I guarantee you, if you're trying to make connections, or you've made a connection, but you're trying to deepen it, person on the other end is going to notice if you're commenting on what they're posting on. So, okay, Davion, back to your question. What do you post? It could be sharing an interesting article, but not just sharing an article about, let's say, the latest trend in SQL. And I'm making this up, guys. I am not a data analyst, but maybe you see something on SQL. Okay. Well, put your own thoughts. Hey, just saw this today, and I've been using this in XYZ project, and have found this to be really true. Or, man, I don't agree with this article at all. What do you think about it? So you can always ask questions. So that's one thing. It could be, congratulating someone that's on LinkedIn. So you all have students that you've gone to Colaberry with, alumni. It could be, hey, congratulations to so-and-so for landing this great new job, or for being in the paper. So it could be anything like that, anything that you think is interesting and worth sharing. So every day you don't have to post, but every day you should be going out and commenting, or every day commenting or posting. And when I say every day, I mean every business day, not necessarily the weekends. If you want to be like a gold star, A+ person, be doing it on the weekends, because those posts get even more attention. So that's a few things, Davion. Does that help? Million, you asked, no family photo. Okay, here's the deal. If family is part of your brand, and depending on what you're trying to do, sometimes a photo is okay. It is a way to stand out. Now, I wouldn't have it be like a family portrait, real like posed or anything. And I probably wouldn't do it when you're hot and heavy into a job search. But as an example, so I don't have a family photo, but once in a while I'll post a picture of my dog or my dogs, because it is part of my brand. I'm a little different in that I own my own business, and my business and personal brand are the same thing. So I will leave that to all of you to decide what's appropriate. You know, it's been more common since the pandemic. Show your feet kicked up at the ocean, saying living my best life, working from Cancun. I think that's completely appropriate, as long as your employer knows you're somewhere else besides, you know, at a home office. But I think that can be very appropriate, especially because coming through Colaberry, you're here to live your best life. So again, you use your own personal judgment on that. So here you go. 67% of people post on Instagram daily, 75% on Snapchat. I'm sure this TikTok number is out of date. I would need to update that probably weekly to have it right. So you see what everyone does on all these other channels. Less than 1% posts daily on LinkedIn. And how do algorithms work? Algorithms love to see you active on their platforms. You know this. The more followers you have, the more you post, the more you comment, the more they see you on it, the more screen time you get. It's the exact same thing with LinkedIn.
So I just wanted to ask, because I seen someone just posted like a question in the chat as far as posting articles and stuff. Is it okay to like reach out to recruiters, like rather than them reaching out to you? Can you reach out to them?
You absolutely can. You can reach out to recruiters. Recruiters probably get the most reach outs of anybody out there. And so it's, you know, I have several friends that are recruiters, and it's pretty hard to get them. But yes, you can do that through a message. You can, again, be commenting on what they put out there. I think so everybody likes to feel important, right? So if you think about it from the position of a recruiter, and say, okay, Kurt is a great friend of mine. So Kurt posts stuff out on, well, what is Kurt trying to? Kurt is trying to accomplish bringing in more business for Kurt. He's out on LinkedIn for the same reason you are, to build his brand, to get people to notice him, to get the algorithm to see how popular he is. So if you're helping Kurt by commenting on what he's doing, you're going to stand out more so than somebody that just sends him an in-mail message or a message. Because I guarantee Kurt's getting 100 of those a day. So always think about it from what's in it for the other person. So same thing. Let's say you're trying to get a job with me. Okay, well, my company's out posting every day on the company site, and I post something about, hey, this great thing just happened to my client. Congrats, so-and-so. Well, reposting that and being like, congrats on this. This is amazing. Great work. And I do this for Colaberry quite a bit. That helps them, and in turn, it helps you. So it's a reciprocal relationship. My buddy Sal's on, so I don't know if you're there. You are, Sal. I see you now. Okay, thank you for that comment about 90-10 or 80-20 rule, professional to personal. That's absolutely correct. Okay, and then Chris has asked, is there a way to post to people in an industry? Example, post article that will reach out to recruiter, and then post articles about job related skills. So you can search on LinkedIn groups that are open. And so I'm sure there's a group of data analysts that have a LinkedIn group. that's that's one way that you can find those individuals. You can also look at trending hashtags, and Sal's helping me out, which I really appreciate. Yeah, in the groups where they are, and you post things that are relevant to them, you will get seen. That's exactly right. So that's the best way. Yeah, and so Sal has the right formula here, as he should, because he's trying to help all of you get jobs. So yeah, and you can Google some of the top people in your industry, or look at, I think probably where you could find some stuff is look at who Ram follows, look at who Ali follows, look at who your other teachers from Colaberry follow. Those are all places where that'll help you get noticed. Next up, and you already got a sneak peek. Okay, I use this GIF year round. I don't care that the holidays are over. I just love Elf. So who the heck are you? Next up, who are you? Okay, the LinkedIn headline. This tells somebody who you are. And I've picked on a few people. So you can say, like my husband does, he's a senior systems analyst at the company. That's what everybody in your tech industry does. That's what you do. Or, okay, I worked pretty hard on this. You can say what you do with one of these little pictures. I can't remember what they're called right now. I put it right in here, dog mom to rescue dog Frank, because in my personal and business life, I spend a lot of time working with animal rescue. I say a little bit about who I am that would also get to my skills if I was looking for a job. So I'm a learner, I'm a reader, I'm a writer, I coach, foodie and wine lover. So I did this to give people a Snapchat of exactly who I am. So that, and I do a ton of networking. That's pretty much my whole life. I want people to know about topics they can talk to me about right off the bat. If you're lucky and you have a hiring manager or a recruiter that does something similar, you look really smart if you can say right off the bat, hey, I'm a big reader. I noticed you are too. It gives you talking points that really help, again, with networking, with making a connection with someone. And really that's what LinkedIn was made for. It's about making connections. So which gives you a deeper connection with somebody? We know what Cameron, my husband, does. Or what do you want to talk about with me? Same thing. So I work a lot with lawyers. And so my buddy Chris, he's an attorney. Great. Okay. Well, here's my client Henry, who he's a recognized and accomplished employee benefits and compensation lawyer, focused on positively impacting the law, board director, speaker, servant leader, educator. I would venture to guess less than 0.5% of lawyers do something like this. So if somebody's looking at, hey, I need a lawyer to help me with something, which of these gets your attention more? So it's the same type of thing. It's really going to stand out for you guys, especially in the tech industry. My friend Brian Burke, okay, he even has, and if you don't do this, you can actually record yourself pronouncing your name. So he has that as part of it. Okay, I mean that is helpful. And this is the place to brag. This is not the place to be modest. And you can still brag while, this is the place. So if you have something really amazing you've done, get it across. So with Brian, he's bought 44 million plus Apple products. And he puts his ask right there. Can I buy your old Apple devices? So be thinking about, okay, what makes you unique? And I know in the Colaberry program, you all have to do projects, highlight those projects. I've researched and presented on XYZ topic, something like that to catch their attention. Don't just have it say job seeker. Really don't say that if you're employed and looking for a different job, but I don't have to tell you that. So this is being recorded, and we'll also send out the presentation so that you can see these examples. Other thing, and actually where I got a little bit of this is, there's all kinds of kind of personality assessments out there. Jackie, do you guys use DISC? Does Colaberry use the DISC assessment? Yeah. You can put that in your, in your headline. And if someone doesn't know what DISC is, that's still okay. It gives them something to ask you about. So like learner, that's from Strengths Finders. So yeah, it's what you can do to stand out. Okay, I'm checking time. Yeah. Oh my gracious. Let's keep going. The about section. What about me? It's all about me. So the preview. So this is the next section. So you have the headline, and then it gets into everything you want to say about yourself. And it's the second most important piece of your profile. So you get 25 to 40 words before LinkedIn cuts you off. You can keep writing, just know that you want to put the most important stuff in that preview section. And I'm picking on Henry in this one. You could also even look at mine if you wanted to later. But so before, oh my gosh, it was so boring. And it was his biography, and it had acronyms, and was pretty standard lawyer speak. After we worked with him, see how this reads. My choice to become a lawyer is deeply ingrained in my experiences based on my becoming a US citizen as a teen. I would almost say no other lawyer probably says that. Shimena, I empathize with my clients and team. Oh no, it is I emphasize with my clients and team the importance of offering experience, dedication, empathy, and equality. So this is your place again. You want to talk about your experience, and you want to make it a story. So sit down and think about what's your story. Each of you has a story. And you're going to be competing against other Colaberry grads because you're all getting the same information here, but it's probably only going to be Colaberry grads out there doing this kind of stuff. So don't just paste your resume in here, is what I'm saying. This is, you have a resume that serves a very specific purpose when you're applying for jobs, once you get in front of a hiring manager, but this is your story. And I guarantee you, hiring managers and recruiters go and look out on LinkedIn at this stuff. Spell check it too, very important, or have someone else do it for you. And that leads into create a story with a call to action. So this is mine. I'm not going to read it. Currently I am focused on the following. So you could do something similar to this if you're still in that job seeker mode. Here are the projects I'm working on with Colaberry. And here are the assignments that I've done. Here's the type of work I really like to do, whatever you want that to look like. And then if it is you're trying to find a job, the end could be, if you have an opening, I'd love to talk to you. Please contact me or email me, and let's start a conversation. So you want to tell people what action you want them to take. Don't just assume they're going to do something. Maybe it's a question. Do you have a job opening? If so, I'd love to talk to you. Do you know anyone that has a job opening? The other thing that I haven't touched on here, but this down here made me think about it, call or email me. Y'all should have your contact info out on your profile. Yes. However you want to be contacted, it should be out there. Do y'all know where to do that? We're getting towards the end. So common excuses, I hear these from clients mainly, of why they're now not out on LinkedIn. I don't have anything to say. I don't have time. My audience isn't on LinkedIn. Well, in the last 50 minutes, hopefully I've given you enough facts to point to this isn't the case at all, and you're giving me a weak sauce excuse. Okay. That don't have anything to say. I bet you'd be, another way you can get ideas, go out and see what your network's posting. Start there even. What's showing up in your feed.
I've changed my profiles, my resumes, my about story multiple times.
Okay.
So would this affect, would it be some kind of footprint that will have all of these somewhere where people would be able to see it?
No.
So,
no.
Okay.
You're okay. No, you're absolutely okay to keep switching it up. So let's start at the top here. there is this open to, which, so you know what, I have that there because it's an opportunity for me to sell, actually. Contact information, you just go to the edit button and it will have, I think it's important to put pronouns. That's my position. I'm not trying to be political, but this is where you fill out everything and there's your edit contact info. Okay, so, and I think the big thing is the more you have out here, the better it is. Talks about, and I've got hashtags. So, fill out, LinkedIn even kind of gamifies it to show, how well you're doing as far as other people. And, do you have 90% of your profile filled out or 100%? So kind of look at that stuff. So the about section we talked about. So someone asked, will it notify your followers or your connections if you change something in your experience? So the experience section we haven't really talked about, but that's where you put your resume pretty much. But again, don't be modest there. Really, you talk about everything you want to, that would be on your resume. So, add position, add career break. So if I go to add position, it's this thing at the top, notify network. So if I turn that on, that means people in their feed are going to see, hey, Jamie Christensen just got a new job or a new position doing XYZ. So choose carefully when you want to use that or not. The last thing I want to talk about, finding connections. It's really important to actually know the people that you're connecting with. Don't just go out and find everybody you can that's a data analyst. Or if you find people that are data analysts and you want to get to know them better, make sure it's genuine, authentic, as Sal said. As you're looking for people, let's just see, Sal and I are buddies. And here we go. So if I look at Sal, and I mean, look at this guy, your data science staffing guy. I mean, so here's a good one you can look at. Sal's your recruiter. He's working for you, team. So he's a good one. Be reposting and sharing and commenting on what he has to say. So, I was trying to see here, like if I want to connect with other people that he knows, I can come out and take a look. Now I can't remember if that's because I pay for it or not, but kind of watch for, see who Sal follows, see if it's somebody that you should be following too. I bet you, look, Ollie has 4,000 followers. Go look at Ollie's followers and see who else you should be knowing that he knows. So, you're all in data. LinkedIn is a data mine. And just go mine it. All kinds of great information out there for you. Well, thank you, everyone. I love to talk about this stuff. I love helping Colaberry. You all are inspirations to me. My team works really hard for all of you and just furthering Colaberry's mission. So I wish you all the best. Jackie will send out the presentation. That also, the last page includes a link to where you can get those icons if you're interested in using those.
Hey, Jamie.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just have one last question.
Yeah, go for it.
I know this is leveraging LinkedIn, but like, what about like applying yourself like on other career sites like Indeed, Glassdoor, Monster, Dice?
Yeah, I think they're all important. Sal?
Yeah, you cannot have too many fishing poles in the water. We have seen statistically, the most hires are a direct result of LinkedIn activity. But that doesn't mean you neglect other things. So if you've already got something there, you want to get something started, by all means do that. But this is going to be your main fishing hole to stand out.
Okay.
On that note, I have one more question. So for LinkedIn, sometimes it is easy apply. So we are just like sending the resume that we have already uploaded. So how much you recommend that we should have the cover letter and resume trick to the job description? So because if we treat for every job description, it is going to be time consuming for sure. So what is your take on that?
Sal?
Yeah, and we can always have another session. I know we're running late on time, but here's what I would recommend. Build out some boilerplates. So find the commonalities between the jobs that you're applying for and say, okay, for these types of roles who are asking for X, I have this cover letter and this resume. For this, I have this. That way you're not having to reinvent the wheel every single time. You could just say, oh, these guys want Power BI. Here's my Power BI cover letter. Oh, this guy wants somebody who does a SQL. Bam, here you go. But yes, catering to what they're asking for, very important. You want to make sure that your resume shows up, and it's going to run through ETS, which is looking for the keywords. So don't get knocked out before you even get in the fight.
Sorry, one last question. So the resume I have uploaded, they won't be able to see that if I treat the resume, right?
They will. That's what will show up when you use Easy Apply. Now, here's what I would recommend. If you can, under that Easy Apply, find out who posted that job. Now let's go find that recruiter. Let's go. Now we're going to start doing the like, comment, and connect. And then once you've gotten a little bit of traction, now you can hit them with a direct message to connect and just say, hey, I saw you had posted this Power BI role. That's my specialty. I'm in love with Power BI. I'd love to tell you a little bit about it, or can I send you my resume?
Okay.
So now we've differentiated.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for spending your evening with us. Really appreciate it. I will see you back here in a few weeks to talk taxes with a good friend of mine. So Jackie, do you have that date handy?
Yes, February the 8th.
February the 8th.
Yeah, let me add the link on the chat.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see many of you back here. It's tax season and we'll help you with some planning. You don't want me doing your taxes or giving you advice on taxes, but my friend will do a great job. Thanks everyone. Have a great night.